Delighted to join you this morning to share with you and the general public some of the achievements of the Ministry of Interior and its agencies in the course of the year. It is important to note that there are a number of agencies under the Ministry of Interior which have just introduced their heads, so I no need to go around mentioning the agencies again. Ladies and gentlemen, you may be aware that I also oversee the national security. Therefore, the National Security Secretariat, the National Signal Bureau, and the National Investigative Bureau are all under my purview. Before I proceed, permit me to recognize and commend my colleague, the Minister for Government Communication, Honorable Felix Kwache Ofosu, and his team for their tireless efforts over the past days to make this event a success. It is my prayer that my statement will promote further and support what they are doing to attain the government communication in support of His Excellency the President Mahama's vision for the security sector of our country. The President's goal for the security sector is to make each and every Ghanaian feel safe. A peaceful and safe Ghana will provide a conducive macroeconomic environment and an environment that will help us to be able to sustain development towards achieving government programs aimed at bolstering the economy and improving the lives of Ghanaians, such as the 24-hour economy program. Ladies and gentlemen, let me note that at the Ministry of Interior, we have privilege to lead the effort of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama towards ensuring maintenance of law and order in the country. This opportunity is therefore for the Ministry of Interior to give an account of the progress made from January 2025 to June 2025. Under the direction of His Excellency the President Dramani Mahama, the Ministry has spearheaded the amendment of the Public Holiday Act to include an extra day for the Eid al-Fitr and restore 1st July as a national holiday, and also remember making sure that 21st September is properly recognized as the Founders' Day, which is the date of birth of our leader and founder of our country, Ghana, His Excellency Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. This additional holiday that the President has done is to promote inclusivity and historical recognition by expanding national recognition of religious and historical observance. This move is geared towards fostering inclusive society within our country. And in the Public Holiday Act also, we shift all holidays that fall within the midweek to the closest either Friday or Monday, creating what we call the bank of holidays. And this is essentially to help the tourism industry and the creative art industry. A number of curfews that we inherited when we came in January, we had about 11 curfews across our country, and we all know what it means to have a curfew in a community, meaning that those communities are not very stable. There's some difficulty and challenges. I'm happy to say that today we have 5 more, and the 5 are Wale, Binduri, Boko, Sampa, and then Nkwanta. This reflects improved security and dialogue and has restored normalcy in previously affected communities. The lifting of curfews in the affected communities has expanded civil liberty and allowed residents to resume daily activities without restriction. Government is still working hand in hand with all stakeholders to ensure that normalcy and peace are restored in the affected areas still under curfew. As you may be aware, the Ministry of Interior offers a number of services to the general public, not only Ghanaians but also foreigners, both inside our country and outside our country. These services include, among many, immigration quota permit, renunciation of Ghanaian citizenship, dual citizenship, right of abode, license of private security organization, permission to import or export explosive, permit to import or export arms and ammunition, permits for key cutting, among others. It is important to note that all these services offered by the ministry are done manually. I am happy to report that the ministry has commenced the digitalization of 16 core ministry functions, including permits and licensing services. The process mapping has been completed. This intervention, when rolled out latest by the end of this year, is expected to streamline workflow, reduce delay, and enhance public access to services, improve transparency and accountability. In collaboration with the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection and the Ghana Immigration Service, we were able to remove over 2,241 street beggars that have been cleared off our streets and repatriated to their countries. This exercise has resourced public order in urban centers while supporting vulnerable population with humane intervention. We are mapping our strategy that will make sure that we eliminate all these challenges on all our streets, not only in Accra, but across the cities in our country. Furthermore, we have signed a memorandum of understanding with the Ministry of Youth Development for security agencies internship, enhancing youth employability while supporting security agencies operations. Interns will be deployed across the police, the prisons, and the fire services. The first batch of these interns will commence training on the 16th of this month. That's just Thursday, from this week, Thursday. Similarly, the ministry is in talks with Ministry of Education to sign an MOU, that's Memorandum of Understanding, to enable the prison services to produce 20% of sanitary pads for the free sanitary initiative, to produce 30% of all school furniture and 30% of all school uniforms that government is giving out. And this we are doing to make sure that our reformative programs within our prisons is changed completely from what we are currently simply doing. I call it warehousing the prisoners, keeping them idle, not too much to do. When it comes to the Ghana Police Service, they've made a notable achievement, including sustained anti-illegal mining operations, halting illegal mining in our forest reserve, stopping illegal mining activities along water banks, ensuring that foreigners are not allowed to operate in small-scale mining within our forests, and then prosecuting persons involved. The services has established a 24-hour economy secretariat at the police headquarters in Accra to provide round-the-clock security for businesses under the government flagship program of 24-hour economy program. This is to ensure that the safe movement of goods and people and foster economic growth without fear of attack. The Ghana Police Service has also conducted high-impact intelligence-led anti-robbery operations across all regions and have achieved remarkable breakthroughs in major cases, including the murders of mobile money vendors in Kumasi, Koforidua, and Aflao, a robbery and murder at Radiance Filling Station in Pesetia, the murder of 5 victims in Asiyao, and killing of Lebanese national in East Legon, the kidnapping of 2 Ghanaian women in Nigeria, and arrest of long-range robbery suspects. The police hospital in Kumasi has been commissioned and operationalized. That of Tamale is expected to be completed and commissioned hopefully in the 3rd quarter of this year. All these are expanding healthcare services, not only to the police personnel, but to the communities around this facility. In the next 6 months, we will start work on Independent Police Complaint Commission, which will be responsible for promoting confidence in the general public, investigate serious incidents, setting standard, operate independent of the police administration, among others, just to give our citizens the hope and belief that if a police officer misbehaves, he or she will surely be brought to book. And I'm sure you've seen some of the swift actions of the IGP when a police officer slapped a journalist, and the action was very swift. Just to let our officers know, yes, we appreciate what they do. They keep themselves awake whilst we sleep. They sacrifice a lot so that we can feel safe, but they must do all this within the confines of the law so that they don't abuse our citizens in trying to protect them. Ghana Prison Service has implemented juvenile and secondary education initiative supporting education continuity for juveniles and inmates. The Demongo Correctional Facility has been completed, expanding correctional facilities and reducing overcrowding. I want to take this opportunity once again to thank the Pentecost Church for the great job that they are doing in supporting the Ghana Prison Service. I came to meet a situation where they were at various stages of completion, 5 camp prisons. And this Damongu one that has just been completed makes it the 5th one. And if a church could come to the aid of the Ghana Prison Service this much, I want to take this opportunity to encourage all of us, citizens, individuals, business, corporate organizations, to come to the aid of our security services, especially the prisons who have huge challenges in managing the about 14,000 inmates that we have, including foreigners that are in there. As you may be aware, the feeding allocation for inmates is pegged at 1 Ghana cedi, 80 pesos, less than 2 cedis, which is woefully inadequate. Some of the things that we are doing to improve the feeding of our inmates is to try to venture deeply into agriculture. And I can report that we have just secured some funding to do 5,000 layer poultry project, and we have also cultivated about 1,654 acres of crops. This initiative is ably supported by the Ministry of Food and Agriculture through the supply of equipment and inputs. The service has also commenced drafting a 24-hour economy proposal, aligning prison operations with national productivity goals. The service has also launched a digital literacy program under the 1 million coders and equipping inmates, officers, and dependents with digital skills. There is an ongoing collaboration with the Youth Employment Agency, just as I mentioned earlier, for prison support staff recruitment to augment human resources need of the service for non-custodial duties. The Ghana Fire Service also woefully under-resourced, but has managed an undesired fire, reducing fire outbreaks and salvaging millions of cedis worth of property. The Ghana National Fire Service responded over this period to over 3,841 fire outbreaks nationwide, salvaging properties and saving many lives, whilst significantly reducing fire-related losses. The service has also conducted 14,234 fire safety inspections, ensuring premises adhere to safety standards. The service has also issued 12,418 fire certificates, including 2,944 renewals, whilst enforcing compliance with fire safety regulations. The service has also trained 5,214 fire volunteers to help reduce bushfire outbreaks in rural areas and supporting food security and environmental protection. The Ghana National Fire Service has also responded swiftly to 851 road traffic collision, rescuing trapped victims and saved numerous lives. In support of the 24-hour economy program, the Ghana National Fire Service instituted the following: 24-hour shift surveillance over all our major markets, and have also mapped out all filling stations nationwide that have the tendency of getting flooded during rainfalls. These measures are to enhance security, prevent fire, minimize the effect of flooding and fire incidents. Health and Safety Fund to meet the health needs of personnel with initial funds of about 200,000 was established during this period between January and this June. So I take this opportunity to appeal to all wishers to support this fund as a boost to the gallant firefighters. The service has also put in place National Safety Award Day every 11th July of the year to award individuals and corporate organizations that meet the high standard of safety protocols. This year, 60 individuals and corporate organizations were awarded. Service has also secured an insurance package for the personnel of the service who will suffer critical injuries and death in line of duties. And this, let me commend the State Insurance Corporation company, SIC, that have collaborated with us, with Ghana Fire Service, to do this. And the package they gave us was simple with 40 cedis insurance cover for a year, they are able to cover our personnel from fire service that when they get injured on the line of duty, they get 50,000 Ghana cedis. If the injury is permanent, they get 100,000. If the unfortunate death, the family also get 100,000. It may be modest, but it's a very good beginning as compared to what we inherited, where when a fire officer goes to work and then inhale bad smoke and fall sick or fall from a height, the person will have to treat himself or herself, then submit the bill to the Minister for Interior to process to the Minister of Finance for payment. That sometimes can be very, very frustrating. And I'm very grateful to SIC for what they've been able to do with us. And I hope that they will extend the same to the other services like the police, the prisons, immigration, the others who are constantly risking their life to save, to make sure that all of us feel safe. Ghana Immigration Service, ladies and gentlemen, in line with the 24-hour economy policy, has developed a 24-hour economy policy paper at the Ghana Immigration Service headquarters. As of June 2025, the service has also prosecuted 13 suspects in Accra for human trafficking, illegal entry, and document forgery, whilst deterring breaches and enhancing national security. The service has analyzed 263 document fraud cases, identifying 111 as fraudulent, preventing identity theft and related crime. The Ghana Immigration Service rescued 21 human trafficking victims, intercepted 291 irregular immigrants, and arrested 223 individuals for immigration breaches. Additionally, they have intercepted smuggled goods, including 406 bags of cocoa beans, 1,115 jerry cans, 11 bags of fertilizers, 50 gallons of fuel, with one vehicle impounded. The service has also increased interagency collaboration, which has facilitated coordination among agencies for prevention of crime and public safety. The service has removed a total of 1,617 foreigners for various breaches under the Section 20 and 21 of Immigration Act 573. The Narcotics Control Commission has intensified efforts to combat drug trafficking and promote public health. In that regard, the Commission has undertaken the following as of June 2025. Secured 15 district offices across 7 regions, decentralizing operation and improving local enforcement. Seized 1,192 kilograms of cocaine over the period, 90 kilograms of cannabis, and about 17.9 kilograms of goba at Temaport, Kotoka International Airport, Paga Border, and Oyarufa, disrupting major trafficking operations. The Narcotics Control Commission has also conducted 7 drug swoops in Akosombo, Takoradi, Medina, and other areas, reducing street-level drug availability. The NACOC has also operationalized a toll-free line, increasing citizen tip-off and participation. The Commission has also acquired a 100-acre parcel of land at Abuasa, Eastern Region, for a future NACOC training academy with documentation near completion. The National Disaster Management Organization, over the period, has enhanced disaster preparedness and response, protecting lives and livelihood. NADMO has responded to 332 emergencies and conducted 2,268 field assessments. They have verified incidents and mapping risk zones for timely intervention in flood, fire, and collapses. NADMO has also engaged 2,174 communities to develop participatory disaster risk reduction plan, enhancing local ownership and early warning system. Additionally, NADMO has desilted 248 drains channels across various communities, improving water flow in urban areas and reducing flooding during the rainy season. They have also provided relief to over 11,524 disaster victims, distributing food, shelter, and sanitation supplies to meet humanitarian needs promptly. The areas where victims were supported includes a whole bunch of communities ranging from Western region to Northern region to the Volta region to Bono East, Asante, and the like. The National Commission on Small Arms and Light Weapons has renovated its head office building, providing a better space for staff to function effectively. They have established Student Against Firearm Trafficking Club in Elubo, supporting the fight against armed trafficking in border communities. Over the years, staff of the Commission have been working without a scheme of service. Thankfully, this has been finalized to streamline human resource management. The Commission has hosted the United Nations Organization Drug and Crime planning meeting in Accra and is working towards a joint cross-border strategy against armed trafficking. The National Peace Council has relocated its head office to Roman Ridge from where they were. They were the only island. They were the only person living in the island that gives them so much scare. And when it rains, the place gets flooded. Thankfully, in the last 6 months, they've been relocated to Roman Ridge to a more befitting space where it will help them to improve whatever they are doing there. The council has inaugurated the Savannah and Harford Regional Peace Council, which have expanded regional peace architecture and mediation capacity. They have also established local and community peace committees in conflict-prone areas, particularly across the five regions of the North, despite funding challenges. Additionally, the Council has also worked tirelessly to resolve 429 conflict cases, including 168 chieftaincy disputes, 105 land-related conflict, and 57 ethnic disputes. The Ghana Refugee Board has registered 1,522 new refugees and asylum seekers, primarily from our neighboring country, Burkina Faso, and maintains an accurate database to strengthen security and humanitarian planning whilst maintaining an updated and accurate database. The Ghana Refugee Board has successfully integrated 500 Ivorian refugees and given them indefinite resident permits in collaboration with the United Nations Commission for Human Rights and the Ghana Immigration Service, whilst promoting durable solutions and legal inclusion. The board has launched the Upper West registration campaign, processing an estimated 7,000 Burkinabes who have moved to Ghana for protection and documentation. The Gaming Commission of Ghana has conducted compliance monitoring investigations whilst enforcing operational standard and regulatory compliance. The Commission has expanded their regional presence by securing 4 regional offices in Ho, Aguna Swedro, Sehuwi and Asante Bekwai, deepening regulatory oversight and bringing service closer to gaming operators and stakeholders. The Commission also conducted 67 routine monitoring exercises, reviewed CCTV footage, and verified 8 inventories. In that regard, 2 illegal casinos have been clamped down in Osu and Tema. They have been imposed with administrative penalties to ensure compliance and protect players. Furthermore, the Commission has engaged the Ghana Revenue Authority, and operators to roll out the Gaming Administrative Monitoring System (GAMS), laying the foundation for real-time revenue monitoring as well as improving transparency and regulatory oversight. Additionally, the Commission has initiated plan for a rehabilitation center in the Asante region to support the problem of gamers. National Identification Authority has registered over 18 million Ghanaians, including 190,775 in 2025 alone, and 210,498 foreigners, including 10,290 in 2025, issuing 17,534,360 Ghanaian cards. This has enabled integration with key systems like the Ghana Revenue Authority, the National Health Insurance Scheme, and the SNIT, improving financial inclusion and security. The National Identification Authority has installed security system, enhancing physical and cyber security infrastructure, and added premium centers to their operation across the country. The National Identification Authority has also cleared 600,000 registration backlog across 292 operational offices, whilst addressing public complaints, boosting trust, and enabling access to enable services like banking. This is very, very important because we came to meet a backlog of people that have registered but they didn't have card. And I can report that within the last 6 months, we made sure we had a blank card of over 600,000 to make sure that all this backlog are cleared. And I'm happy to say that if you go to the National Identification Authority headquarters today, you'll marvel, is it the place that people used to come and queue for hours and take man-hours of their work simply because they want to just have their card or renew their card? Because we've introduced a system where we prompt you, we send you a message, and we give you the time to be there. So you come just at the time that you are expected. So you no longer have that long queues that you used to see at the National Identification Authority. And I think this is very commendable to our executive CEO, who is doing so well there. The authority has also piloted an online application and appointment system. That's just what I was talking about. And now one of the things that we are trying to do is to have a premium centers across the country where we are partnering private individuals who open, and then their service can be there 24 hours so that you don't need to leave your workplace to go trying to change your card or replace a card or try to reprint a lost card or try to even register and get your card. We are in the process of doing all that. So we call it the Prestige Registration Services, which we are doing with so many others, including Senate, the Ghana Commercial Bank, and 4 private companies in Greater Accra and Asante region, which offer exclusive home office enrollment and extended hours. So you could even call for them to come to your house to do those things for you. But obviously, you have to pay a premium for that. Honorable Minister, in conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, the sector has seen a great deal of change since we assumed office, and accordingly has made some significant gains generally. It is worth noting that His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama is committed to retooling the security services with a 1 billion package that we are very optimistic that we'll begin to see the fruits this year by the grace of God, aiming to enhance operational effectiveness, logistical capacity, and mandate fulfillment of the security agencies, thereby strengthening national security and supporting their critical role. The ministry is
Citizen TV, Accra, Ghana. Citizen TV, the citizen's power.